So, it's me, Mr. Locker Room, Joshua, and then I have my wonderful, beautiful co-host here, Sunday Marie. So, Sunday Marie, why don't you introduce yourself to everybody and give them a little bit about who you are?
Okay. Well, my name is Sunday Marie. I am currently a photographer and creative director in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm originally from Aurora, Illinois. I've been here in Atlanta since 2007.
What?
But yeah, I mean, that's the gist of who I am. I like long walks on the beach, and I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Cliche. Oh, she coming in with cliches already. This is gonna be
No, but
good.
I love talking to people. I love conversation. I like really listening to people to see what they don't say. So
Oh,
I like I pick up on body language more than anything. Like you can say something, but if you're standing there like this the whole time, I'm gonna think you're lying a little bit. Just a little bit. But yeah, so that's in a nutshell who I am. Very creative person, very silly, very funny, and I'm pretty sure we're gonna laugh a lot today.
I hope so because y'all don't understand. I'm just gonna telling myself it's like she has already wrecked me twice already today.
Honestly.
Already from the first hello to talking about presents. So we're gonna get into we're gonna get into that now. As you all know, it's like I don't hold back. This is a family focused, family oriented segment, but it's still grown folks with children allowed, right? It's still grown. We're still grown here, but we want to make sure that we are leaving information that can be received. I don't want to say digestible, received by the younger people with their family around to help them to understand. Because we don't want to talk over them. We want to include them, right?
Right. Right.
Because that's how they're gonna learn. We can't be like, oh, that's grown folks talk. It's like, well, they're gonna be grown soon, and they're not gonna know because y'all didn't want them to know. So
And they
let
need
them,
recognition.
yeah.
They need recognition. So
And
why
what better way to let them hear these conversations and let them ask questions, right? So for those of you all who don't know what women's worth is about, women's worth is locker room's invitation to our beautiful, wonderful, and very needed female counterparts so that they can come and hear from men what we really have to say, what we really want to say, the things that we don't necessarily get to say. And then that way we can invite them into our world and have a mutual conversation with respect and clear understanding with the motive like I want to understand you, you want to understand me. Let's create a space to where we can talk about those things that society doesn't necessarily allow us to talk about without making it pretty or pristine. It can be pretty, it can be polished, it can be a little messy, but it's always going to be true, right? We're going to just bring the truth of from where we are. um, so let's get it started, right? So the weight we don't talk about. What is something you've carried for years that no one ever asked about? That's a question that you would ask your male friend
hmm
because we don't get asked that.
That's true.
We don't. People
True.
don't ask that question because it's like, well, you're a guy, you're just supposed to be able to
You're
carry the
expected to
weight.
deal with it.
There's an expectation
hmm
that we don't need that type of being fully heardness.
hmm
And that's not true, right? So so in that question right there, let's go into, what he meant was like when you ask us these things and we start to talk.
hmm
So when you ask your guy friends questions, like what are some of the things that they respond that you like, what do they mean by this?
I think that's where mansplaining comes in.
Mansplaining?
You've never heard of mansplaining?
Well, no, 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 no. Wait a minute. Okay, tell me.
So, mansplaining is like when a woman asks a question and she's looking for a response, she wants a detailed response to the question that she asked. Mansplaining is like we're gonna break that down and then give you the Cliff's Notes of what it is. We're gonna dance around it and then we'll give it to you. It's just like, no, that's not what I wanted. It's not what I wanted. But some of the questions that I've asked men, luckily I have male friends that are open.
Mm-hmm.
So they may not tell me everything, but they will divulge certain things to help me better understand what they're going through or what they feel or anything like that. Um, but I have noticed that it takes a certain type of space to ask those questions.
It
Like you
does.
can't just be in a crowded room, you can't be around a lot of people and ask deep questions because you'll get blown off. Like, oh, I'll talk about it later, or it's not important or whatever. Some of those things actually have to be a one-on-one conversation, like, hey,
Mm-hmm.
especially the are you okay? Or what do you need? Or how can I help? Or I noticed that you had some type of like a weird vibe, like what happened?
Yeah, I'm fine. It's all good.
So here's that. Even me as a woman, I'm the queen of I'm fine.
Uh-huh.
Like, oh, you good? I'm cool. I'm fine. I'm good. I just cried for 30 minutes in the bathroom and nobody's gonna know about it. But when I come back out, I'm fine. But I think for me, it's a defense mechanism because I
Uh,
may not want to tell you everything and knowing what it is, I may break in front of you. And then once I break in front of you and I can't come back from that, then it's a problem because I still got stuff to do. You know?
mm-hmm.
Um, I think when I get into those intimate spaces with my male friends, then they divulge more information about how they felt, what was going on, and why they look like that. You know?
Yeah, it's funny that you say that too, because it's like that I'm fine from a guy.
Mhm. You're never fine.
No, it's not even, it goes beyond that because it's like if I tell you, are you gonna weaponize this later?
Exactly.
Right? It's
Exactly.
like you ask me that, but you are you asking because you just you in the moment are like, oh, I really want to know. But
Mhm.
then the depth of the question is not, it's the depth. Let me give you an insight to most men.
Mhm.
Though we may seem simple, and we are simple, right? We're not this primal person. We do have our primalness, right? Our feralness that is always there. It is always there,
Of course.
right? And most people don't realize that the primal energy that we carry as men is always present, right? And we keep it down on purpose.
Hmm.
We keep it down on purpose because when those questions start to be asked, are you fine? You know,
Mhm.
and things like that, that is connected to that primalness as well, right? Because the questions are never at the surface for us.
Mhm.
Men connect deeply. We
And you
may
guys
not,
process things differently than we do.
yes,
Mhm.
we do, because our nature is to create.
Mhm.
Our very nature is to create and to bring life, right? Is to secure life, to protect life,
Mhm.
to nurture it, right? In the sense of what do I need to do so that this is possible,
Right.
right? So when you ask us, when a woman asks us, um, whatever the question is, at the surface level, we'll answer at the surface level if it would appease your curiosity,
Mhm.
because we know whether or not you really want to know more, or if you're just asking because it's a flirtation, or if it's just in the moment, or it's just like, if it's just being coy, or whatever the case may be, because it's like a real man is not out here trying to play games.
Right.
Some other people, yeah, they might be out here just trying to have a good time, whatever, stuff like that. I'm not trying to say they're not a real man. I'm just trying to say maybe you need to proceed with cautions with those type of individuals, right?
Yes.
Because it's like if they just trying to have fun, life is not always fun.
No,
I,
especially as you get older.
I felt that hit, not, I felt that hit
Look,
so many people.
look, like,
Oh, right. So, a real man, when you're, and this is a perfect. I wasn't prepared. I wasn't prepared. I thought this was gonna come up a little bit later. Give me a
nope.
moment. Give me a moment. I'm bracing myself because this is a perfect way to introduce presence
Mhm.
into the conversation, right? Because a real man will carry a his presence into everything that he does. So when you come with that conversation, that answer is going to be laced with his presence. And that is like a sacredness. It's like a you're asking me, and that starts to tap into that feral primal energy that comes to bring the fullness of who he is, the depth that brings you into a understanding. It's beginning to unlock a level of connection, a level of intimacy, because now you're starting to grab, you're starting to hold, and you're starting to carry.
Mhm.
And that's why it's easier for men to have that type of connection with other men than with women, because it's like you're like y'all just met and y'all locked in because we're not performing.
Right.
I know you know
Have
we
that
done.
understanding. You have
Right.
understanding automatically.
Yeah, because we it's like it's like what is it called? It takes one to know one.
Hmm.
It's like so like, oh, I see it, you see we're good. Yeah, boom, locked in. Like that was
Yeah.
quick. It's like there's no performance. But
Right.
when you start introducing our female counterpart, now it's like this type of dance because it's like, is she really trying to hold me? Is she really trying to get to know me? Or
Mhm.
am I just a transaction?
Mm.
What is this? Is this transactional? What is this? You know, because it's like society teaches that number one, a man and a woman can't just be male and female together and carry their presence and his presence and it not become more than just, oh, we're just friends. It's like they can never be just friends. He always wants something, she wants something. It's like, well, why can't it just
Why
be?
not?
That it's just this presence is matching this presence, flame for flame, and
Yeah.
it's not romantic, it's just platonic, it's just a mutual respecting, an equity of leading, right?
Yeah. I think
And
that's why I'm so careful about the the questions that I ask and who I ask the questions to.
mhm,
Because number one, I don't want it to be perceived something that it isn't. And number two, I would rather, if I'm gonna have this genuine connection with somebody, I want you to know that I'm genuinely concerned about what's going on. Like if I ask them, like, yo, you all right? Yeah, I'm good. Okay. Because we don't have that connection. But if I'm talking to you, Joshua, what's wrong? Are you
mhm,
okay? Because
mhm.
I'm looking you in your eye, like, are you okay? Because I know you.
You cannot look me in my
I
eyes,
will.
Sunday.
I'll do it. But
You
no,
cannot.
because
It's like,
because we have that, like I would
yeah.
genuinely want to know if you're okay because we have that rapport. But if you're not somebody that I'm really checking for or somebody that I care about, yo, you good? All right, bet. And keep it pushing. But if I really have a place for you in my life, in my heart, wherever, I'm
Mhm, mhm,
concerned
mhm,
about who you
mhm.
are, what you're going
Yeah.
through, how I can help.
And for those of you all who don't know and understand, like, okay, it's like we had this conversation before you got on, right? Before y'all even kept in here. It's like, just give me a moment, right? Give me a moment, right? Just give me a moment. Because this happened the last episode I just did with Captain Awesome for the Our Locker Room chat, right? We
Mhm.
talked about we started to talk about presence, right? And how men crave being around that feminine presence, that
Mhm.
feminine energy that carries the femininity that matches their masculinity, that
Mhm.
the world has been trying to castrate and cut off and just take out of the family culture, the family dynamics, and just the cultural exchange between men and women, right? And the lines are becoming blurred and everything like that. But we talked about it and how men crave that feminine essence and that presence to just be there and to be so present. And so that's why I was laughing because when we started the video, and I have no problem being exposed because this is what needs to be seen, right? Because I'm no, I'm showing up as my full self, right? I
Mhm.
always show up whole, right? And I don't shrink back, I don't flinch, regardless if it's uncomfortable or whatever the case may be. I don't care because I might be the only demonstration that somebody might see on behalf
Mhm.
of men to women and vice versa, right? Even if I'm a black man and stuff like that, I'm still a man. And a lot of men can probably relate to what I'm talking about when, because I haven't talked to you in a while.
Mhm.
So when we got on and everything was set up, right? And we did our mic check and you said hello.
He folded, y'all.
And it's like I own that. I will own that because you guys, what you all don't know about Sunday Marie, right, is that she carries her feminine essence and presence with such grace and poise, right? It's palpable, right? So when she spoke, I haven't talked to her in a while. When she spoke, that hello just I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
He had to take a couple seconds to gather himself. And I'm just sitting here like,
She
what's
didn't,
happening?
she didn't even understand what was going on. I said, you don't understand. And so it's like, yes, it's that response because it's that internal shaking, quivering, responding, trembling, not because of a weakness, it's because the truth of that my physical nature body responded to like I recognize this,
Mhm.
right? And it's a place of settling, right? That allows me to, what did I say? It's like when a woman's femininity shows up and is matched to a man's masculinity, it gives that man the permission and the opportunity to be both the lion and the cub at the same time, right?
Mhm.
We can roar and purr at the same time,
Yes.
right? And men want that. I don't know about anybody else, right? This whole alpha beta crap is like y'all can sit that down for all I can say. Because like a real
I think
man,
that's what
it's like a real
manipulated.
man will do both, right? So when she said hello, and I was like, and I with my guards down, let that femininity come here, y'all. I know we did digress the spiral a little bit, but it was important, right? That was important, because we're talking about, what he meant was, when you talk. It's like, so when you asking, are you okay? It's one thing to ask that as a friend, but when you show up whole and you show up in who you are,
Mhm.
not for exchange, not for performance, and you are there, and he recognizes that, that's safety.
Absolutely.
That's safe. Women, that's what when women, if you not showing up like that, don't ask that question.
Please don't, because that's confusing, not only for yourself, but it's confusing to the person that you're actually speaking to as well. Because once again, what are your intentions? Why are you asking me these questions? Like,
Hmm.
are you going to use this against me, like you said? Because men aren't vulnerable at all. So it's like when you ask these questions, what are you truly asking? Are you being nosy or do you really care? You
Hmm.
know?
It's
So
it's
yeah.
translating that surface talk and into translating surface talk into internal truth,
Hmm.
right? Because it's like I can answer your question. I can
Mhm.
answer it at the surface level, you
Mhm.
know, and then it's like I'm not trying to test you, but if I say, yo, I'm good, and you keep it moving, I already know.
You know what time it is.
Yeah, but if you come back like, bruh, I'm like, what? It's like, don't what me. It's like, okay, all right, all right. All
Right.
right. Then we start to know. I was like, okay, this she's really wanting to know. I was like, okay, now it's like, is she a safe space?
Mhm.
It's like because we can go back and talk to our boys about it, no problem. And say, yo, man, this is what happened, or whatever the case may be. It's like, and don't get me wrong. Don't hear me. I may be talking a little bit more casual here and things like that, but Sunday no, it's like both her and I are highly educated individuals. We
Mhm.
are degreed individuals, okay? For those of you all who may not have checked out the locker room chats, I encourage you to go check that out between Captain Awesome and I, and you can see the depth at which we talk as men to men, right? And no, he's not black; he's a white man, right? Because we want to make sure
Okay.
that we keep it inclusive and things like that. We try
He's
and
a man nonetheless.
yes, and we do have that diversity. We do have that in our different articles and perspectives too. But in this case too, it's like I may be talking casual because this is what this space is for, but I'm very educated. I am very entrepreneurial. I am a very strong entrepreneur, right? And so is Sunday Marie, right? So we are about that ambition, right? And we are about going and hitting that exponential curve that will take us on our trajectory higher and faster. I want to know. I was like, I'm really curious. So, like, what other questions have you gotten? It was like, Joshua, what do they mean by this? It was like, I don't know. Let's find out. What is something,
So,
is that the original question was, what's something you've carried for years that no one ever asked about? And then it went into that whole thing about what he meant was like for that type of question, like, because we carry things that people don't ask us about.
mhm.
One of the things is like we do all this protection, nobody ever asks us if we need to be shielded.
That's
But
heavy.
nobody asks us if we want to be protected too.
That's heavy.
Like, oh, he's good. He's a man. He's good. He got it. It's like I'm carrying the weight of the world
And then some,
and then some. Every day is freaking leg day,
all the time. And
right?
especially as a black man,
Hmm.
that's a whole different type of weight that you're carrying. Okay.
The question, another question that your male friends have said to you, that a response that they have given to you that you're like, what does this mean?
I'll deal with it later. I'll deal with it later.
Wow.
When is later? And if it's something that's right here in the forefront of your mind,
Mm.
why not deal with it now and then move on to something else? They like, why push it to the background?
So what he meant was
Please.
all right, man. Okay, I'm not trying to divulge the secrets, but this is what this whole platform is about. I'm gonna only gonna speak for myself, okay? So that way it protects everybody else. Like Joshua, please don't tell them. So like I'm
I
gonna
won't
speak.
tell
I'm gonna
anybody.
I'm gonna put myself under the fire, right? Because my friends call me a lot of my friends call me Solace, right? Because I hold the space. They said you're the
Mhm.
one who holds space. We call you Solace, right? I will answer that. When I say I'll deal with it later, I'm not delaying dealing with it.
Mhm.
I am either slow processing it in a pace that's comfortable for me to where I can keep functioning,
Mm,
or I'm going to take that into a space where I feel safe because this isn't safe enough for me.
got it. Got it.
So when they say I'll process that later, it's either I don't have the capacity right now,
Hmm.
I have the capacity, but I don't trust you,
Mm,
or I don't trust you and I don't have the capacity and I need to be in a safe place because I might crash out and I don't want anybody to see it.
that makes sense.
Or a combination, it could be a combination of all of that.